News starts now.
Drug seizures in the U.S. are on the rise, with Customs and Border Protection reporting that they seized more than 60,000 pounds of drugs in June alone. Drug trafficking is our big story today. Several people are facing federal charges a day after a string of drug raids in Toledo. These three men, Jamar Pettaway, Austin Armstrong, Derek Stewart, all appeared in federal court today. According to an affidavit obtained by 13 Action News, the Toledo Metro Drug Task Force and Northwest Ohio Safe Streets Task Force identified a drug trafficking organization in the Toledo area. They say this group is responsible for the distribution of fentanyl and crack cocaine. Law enforcement identified Derek Stewart as the head of the organization. Stewart and his co-conspirators allegedly used multiple vehicles and Toledo residences to distribute and deliver illegal narcotics. The raids happened at Montebello and Windhurst near Bancroft and Douglas, as well as on Monroe Street near Collingwood. Pettaway, Armstrong, and Stewart were all in court today. A judge set a no-contact order. They're due back in court in September. And according to Customs and Border Protection, the amount of drugs entering the U.S. is increasing. So far this year, more than 420,000 pounds of drugs have been seized by agents. That is almost double the amount from January to June of last year. Let's break down the seizures. At the top of the list right now is marijuana, with more than 136,000 pounds of cannabis being collected by Border Patrol agents. That's followed by meth, more than 116,000 pounds being seized. Cocaine and fentanyl are also on the rise this year. The U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration is warning about an increase of seizures of methamphetamines. The DEA administrator spoke exclusively with ABC News, showing footage of some of the latest tactics Mexican cartels are using to smuggle drugs into the U.S. ABC's Christian Cordero has those details.
It looks like a box of cucumbers, one of hundreds on a produce truck the DEA says crossed over the border into the U.S. In this footage the DEA provided to ABC News, the agency unpacks how creative the cartels have become by lining the cardboard boxes with bags of meth. The agency says they made this discovery the week of July 4th.
They just look like a normal vegetable crate, and they even changed the packaging and the shape of the kilos to fit underneath the cardboard, where it was virtually impossible to detect.
Acting DEA Administrator Robert Murphy spoke exclusively with ABC's Pierre Thomas, saying cartels are trying to surge Americans' addiction to meth in an effort to boost profits.
So far this year, we've seized approximately 70,000 pounds of meth. Now, put that in context, 2024, that's the entire amount that we seized for DEA, 70,000 pounds. And that was a record year for DEA. At this pace, at a minimum, we're going to double what we seized last year.
Some meth intercepted from hollowed out watermelons, others mixed with celery and onions. Officials say they've seen meth turned into pill form as well, which could make it easier for dealers to trick unsuspecting customers into becoming addicted to the highly potent substance. Taking meth pills may also be easier than smoking or injecting it.
A pill form of methamphetamine might not kill you instantly, but it can get you so addicted to meth that it can destroy your life.
Meth is considered highly addictive, often causing things like increased heart rate and blood pressure. Overdosing on meth may result in death from stroke or heart attack. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Border Patrol agents are also taking action against the surge in fentanyl entering the U.S. Since 2014, the amount of fentanyl entering the country each year has skyrocketed. Agents seizing more than 27,000 pounds from October 2022 to September 2023. According to the agency, the chemicals and tools being used to make the drug are being shipped to Mexico through cargo on planes, ships, and express couriers. In Mexico, drug traffickers then finish the products and smuggle them across the southwest border. Now, agents are trying to intercept those production materials before they get to Mexico. Congressman Bob Latta is celebrating a new law to help crack down on fentanyl. President Trump signed the Halt Fentanyl bill into law yesterday. Latta, a Republican from Bowling Green, has worked for 5 years to pass this bill. It permanently classifies all fentanyl-related substances as Schedule I narcotics and stiffens penalties for convicted traffickers.
And it's really important that we got this done because we've seen fentanyl poisoning in this country on the rise. We had probably about 325,000 people die from fentanyl poisoning just in the last 5 years alone.
And Latta tells us there's more work to do by continuing efforts to stop fentanyl at the border and raising awareness about the dangers of counterfeit pills.